I wanted to make a video along the lines of real-time commentary and real-time analysis. And I know that this is the round that most people know. It's so famous. He did the kind of Kalinichenko move. Well, the move that he did to Kalinichenko. And I know it's so impressive because doing it to Kalinichenko and doing it to Vitaliy are two completely different things. So, that being said, I don't believe this is the most impressive round that we saw in this match. I believe it's actually round 5. The amount of versatility, how smoothly both of them, not just Devon, were able to change from one position to another, it was just beautiful to watch. So, Devon opens with a kind of a top roll that wants to go into a flop press. Very similar to what Vitaliy does, actually. But Vitaly's still defending. Oh, that little elbow lift. Somehow Vitaliy still has his wrist. But now Devon starts to transition into more of a top roll position again. He starts taking Vitaly's wrist. Somehow though, Vitaliy starts to regain the center. And he attacks with a flop press. So I think just attacking with so much explosivity from that position is crazy. Devon defends with a top roll, but now he counterattacks with a top roll too. Well, sorry, he defended with an open top roll, more specifically. And he took Vitaly's wrist. Somehow, Vitaliy kind of regained a little bit of his wrist and a little bit of the center too. So now Devon, this is the point where he fully commits to a flop press. And again, super impressive. Because if you know Vitaliy, you know that he's not known for being a very defensive puller. But somehow he defended against that flop press from Devon. So he keeps pushing, he's still defending. And at this point, this is one of the most impressive parts in my opinion. Because of the table IQ that it requires to come up with something like this. So Devon in this position, he's kind of stuck. Because he needs to go back to this top roll position, but he knows that during that transition, if he tries that right away, Vitaliy will most likely catch him in between that transition. So, what do you need to do? He does exactly what he needed to do, this. Back to a top roll. So, what is going on here? What I think is going on here is, if you need to transition from a flop press, into a top roll, you know you can get caught by your opponent. So if you do that, your opponent is going to take advantage of that small timing advantage, and he's going to get you to the losing position. So what if you make your opponent think that you're going to keep pushing in that position from that flop press, but then after they get ready to keep defending that position, you abandon that and you transition. Now at that point, they're not expecting a transition. They're thinking, oh man, I need to defend this, I need to keep this position, he's going to keep surging and surging. That's exactly what happened right here. He transitioned. And he took the wrist, he went back to that open top roll, and you can see in how much pain Vitaliy is. He probably knows what the trap that Devon said and he fell into. And it's a lot of pain to be in that position. Devon isn't the most efficient position in there. And so, even though we saw a restart, you see Vitaliy trying to give everything just to try to regain the center and get out of that position. But in the process, he committed too much shoulder. He crossed the center line, according to the referees. So even though there was a restart after this, I believe that was the final nail in the coffin for Vitaliy, because that really drained him. He was not expecting that kind of movement, that kind of pressure from Devon and all that back and forth. And so on the restart, you see Devon go to a very similar flop press, kind of starts it with a top roll to get it off the center, and then he goes into a flop press. But this time the flop press was effective. Pretty much gave the match to Devon. So, man, there's so many impressive things, and I believe this is a match that will go down in history as one of the biggest and most beloved, and most technical also. So this is it from me. If you enjoy this analysis and this type of videos, news, analysis, commentary, consider subscribing to my channel and let me know what you think in the comments. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it too. It's all right. So see you next time, guys. Peace.